Alright. That evening back. Oh shit, we're her again. Alright, we got some stuff to do. Now, how about that bug in our apartment? We have some massages.
I had messages waiting to be played.
You have 3 messages.
Hey, Collard, it's me, your favorite editor.
What the hell?
Guess what? I'm gonna give you a second chance. I need somebody to write the TV column. Pays lousy, so what's new? If you're interested, drop by the office. In fact, drop by the office anyway. We have to talk, Nico. That story of yours I spiked. It won't go away. You've made some dangerous enemies out there.
Hey, Nico, it's your old pal. I mean, your new pal, George. Whoa, Ireland. It's a whole different country. And I got some amazing news for you. Gem of a story, in fact. Oh, gotta go. Yeah, fella here's got a drink lined up for me. See you tomorrow, Nico. Sláinte. Yep, only here for a day and I'm speaking the lingo like a local.
Mademoiselle Coulard, this is Imelda Carchon. I wanted to thank you for being so understanding when... Come to lunch, why don't you? Tomorrow. I might have more news. There's a Monsieur Merlon coming to see me this evening. He says he knows why Pierre was murdered. In fact, he'll be here shortly. I shall let you know what he says. Goodbye, dear girl. Till tomorrow.
She's dead.
Merlin? Oh my god. Merlin's the killer. I better get over there and warn her now. When it came to being two-faced, Imelda was up there with the best. I owed her nothing. But I couldn't just let her die.
Unless it's a fucking trap.
I arrived
that
to
was quick.
find the Palais
The
Royal
game didn't even
courtyard deserted.
let me decide.
I only hoped that I'd beaten the assassin here. I had to warn Imelda before it was too late.
Now what's most likely going to happen is we're going to end up being a suspect in a murder case for being there.
The intercom system was a bad sign. Somebody had cut the wire. Locked? No way was I going to break through a door like that.
Well, how about knocking on it? Why isn't that an option? Yeah, maybe the intercom system is just not working. No?
Locked?
Not even gonna try knocking. We're just gonna go straight to assumptions. Wonder why these are points of interest. I know there's one up here for a ladder, right? Oh, we're probably gonna unscrew it and then lean it up.
I unhooked the first wire.
And then we lean it up against the thing and then we use it as a ladder. Couldn't really tell with the perspective whether it was lined up against it, but I guess if I look over here on the ground, a ways from the
I
wall,
released
she would
the
have had to have
second wire.
jumped.
Even with both wires removed, the statue remained upright.
But we push it. Do we have anything to push things with? No? I mean, with our hands, just push it, no? Yeah, there you go. Mighty woman.
If I could deconstruct this, I could deconstruct anything. That broken window looked like the best way in.
Huh? Doop.
The plastic sheet was thick and strong. I'd need more than my hands to tear it. No.
Hair clip? No? Too small? The bullet casing? Really? God damn, multifunctional bullet. Ah, because of the sharp edge that's been created in the dent. It's interesting that you keep all your items from the beginning of the game. They don't toss out the ones that aren't necessary anymore. Unless every item does get used like freaking 2 or 3 times. That'd be some cool... Well, this right now, so clever usage of the items. Or reuse of them. Yeah, this way. Let's go where the light is on. Go.
My
Huh?
God, I'm too late. Imelda. Oh no.
Nico?
Don't worry, you're going to be alright.
You know that isn't true.
It was Merlin, wasn't it?
Dressed as a cavalier. How absurd. You came to warn me, didn't you?
I must be crazy.
Let me see you, Nicole.
All this time you were just using me. Which one is the real Imelda?
You are an extraordinary girl. Thierry would have been so proud of you.
So she didn't know who she
You
was.
didn't know my father.
So like him.
Motherfucker.
Something about the eyes.
We could have
I
fucking
wish we'd
bonded
had
over
time
tea
to
and
get to know
biscuits.
each other.
But you had to have your secrets.
She was gone. She cheated me, lied to me, used me.
Why?
But why?
Paris Royale? Broken too. I make a great cat burglar. I like that she noted that for some random reason. Now it's time. So now it's Imelda's turn to die. Another murder by the costume killer. Merlin or Khan. This time dressed as a cavalier. Alright. Oh, she's still kind of alive, no? Just a little
Even
breath.
in death,
Whoa.
Imelda looked the same.
Nice.
Beautiful, inscrutable. The Ice Queen alone in her ice palace.
How did she die though? Did she get shot or something? It's only like a little drip of blood at the bottom. Let's wipe the blood off her face. No? Oh, or just steal her necklace. Why not?
I
She's not gonna
opened
need
it. Inside was a tiny gold key.
She's not gonna miss it in death.
I took the key.
Yoink.
I had to leave. I knew I could never return.
Damn. I like the Ice Queen. She was kinda cool. Right, do I start calling someone? What's this? Under the table? Yes. Found the bug, didn't we? No? She's just sitting down and writing something? Okay, never mind. Thank you for wasting my time. Let's call someone. Who are we gonna call though? There's still that thing in the chest. I don't know if I can do
There
that or
wasn't
not.
anyone that I needed to call.
Oh, alright. Let me check that thing in the chest again. But I thought it was a puzzle. Can't remember. It was like, what, 3-4 hours ago?
In the dim light,
Oh, that's
a
right.
small...
Oh, we
was
got the
a
key.
bu-
No, shit,
Oh,
no shit.
chère cousine. You left me a little present. You shouldn't have.
Wait, she just did it herself? I don't get to put the key in? What the hell? I thought I was the one who discovered that.
You don't scare me. Espèce de...
Maybe I skipped a little bit. I accidentally skipped the dialogue because I thought I was gonna interact with the case first. But something else happened, didn't it? There was a mouse in there, wasn't there? What the fuck? I thought she was opening the case automatically. But apparently it was something else, something about a mouse that I completely skipped over. Alright, didn't expect it to be a different dialogue going on.
The box was carved by my father.
It never had a
Now,
key.
the
yeah.
elephant on the lid was a perfect match.
And now we do have the key.
I
Without a
took out
doubt.
the key. I couldn't believe it. Imelda's key opened my father's box. I dreaded what I was going to find inside.
Or in the middle of the picture.
It was a photograph of Imelda. But why here?
Did her
In my
husband and
father's
my
box.
father have a threesome?
I felt as if a black hole had swallowed me up. Imelda and Canchon grinning. While behind them a village was being razed to the ground.
At least the expression
Its
on the
people
father is
butchered.
showing some kind of disdain.
And there, next to them,
Can't truly be
staring
evil.
out at me across the years, my own father.
It was a love triangle.
There was a letter. I feared there was even worse to come.
He died because they were all jealous.
Hotel St. George, Algiers, Friday. My darling Thierry, by the time you read this, you'll be safely out of Africa. You need not fear. Pierre and the organization do not know who you're really working for, or about us. Did you think I would betray you? I could not. You wanted me to leave him, but I don't have your courage. I know too much of what has been going on here. They would find me and they would kill us both. Enjoy your life in Paris, Thierry. Your life of honor, of patriotic duty. Do they give medals to spies? No. They'll just give you a funny job in an embassy somewhere. I could never share that with you. Imagine me, a diplomat's wife. So I must stay here with Pierre, the two of us bound together by what we have done to this country. Au revoir, my love. You will be in my heart until I die. Imelda. Suddenly everything made sense. My father had been working undercover for the government. He was one of the good guys after all. He and Imelda must have fallen in love.
Oh, it was a love
She'd
triangle.
found out who he really was, so he had to leave. It had broken her heart, but she had never revealed it to anyone. I knew I couldn't either. Whatever he was doing, he'd had good reason to keep it secret. I decided I would respect that and tell nobody.
I wanted to go more towards the threesome storyline, though. That was more exciting to me. I don't know why. Alright, back to George. No?
I knew it was George. For a moment I was tempted to pretend that I was out, or ask him to go away and come back later. But then...
I was in Ireland.
Come in.
Hello, George.
The fuck? Alright.
So, where did you stay last night?
At McDevitt's. I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
I was
That
entering some kind of
explains why you
temple.
look so ill today. Did you get any sleep at all?
Not much. I had to share the room with another guy.
Did he snore?
Hardly. He was dead,
And you say Pigram has disappeared?
without a trace. But my visit wasn't a complete waste of time.
Pigram's gem?
The Templars gem. Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's in for a disappointment.
Jacques Marquet?
He's the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Really, really shame. I know I keep bringing it up. It's that there was no moving of the lips. These scenes need a little bit more. It's cool that for the director's cut, they went and added these, if I read correctly. It's just a shame that they didn't go a little bit further. A little bit more. I can't imagine what the original is if these scenes aren't in it. It's just them two at the table with words over their head. Goddamn.
Look, Nico, a handful of plaster.
Like a child. I have a handful of plaster. Isn't it neat?
Yeah. Why is it that men never really grow up?
What's your problem, sister?
Your pockets stuffed with useless junk like little boys.
You never know when useless junk might come in handy.
Yeah, this is a point and click lady. All this shit has use.
Do you want to look after the gem?
No, George. I'd be too tempted to sell it.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Again?
Look there, two...
Oh, the
There's
gem
a guy with
on
a
the tripod.
sword and a
Okay.
bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod. There's a guy working on a knight with a crystal ball. The knight scroll bears through my teachings.
That's about it.
There's a woman, but
What are your plans?
I want to
Put the
find
gem
out
on
who,
the tripod.
what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Let's take another.
No, I don't want to take a look at it.
But
How do I tap out?
and the knight through my
I guess I have to look at all of them.
there, but
What are...
I want all I've got.
Alright.
I can't sit here all day.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobinot at the Krone Museum.
Again?
And why don't you see if Rosso has heard anything?
Okay. Anything else I can do for you while I'm out? Shopping, a trip to the laundromat.
Just take care of yourself.
Was that camera always there at the window? Feels new. Alright, so did I get to play as him now or her?
I so much wanted to talk to George about everything that had happened, but I knew I never could. My father's connection to Africa would have to remain a secret forever. His bravery would be known only to the government and to me. Revealing it would just damage his memory. People would take the story and twist it. Before long, he would be the villain and Carchon would be the hero. I know how they do that. I'm a journalist.
Carchon. Right? I guess I'm George now. What's this? I guess they want us to try that again. I just think I can go back to Ireland. I mean, pretty sure there was a whole temple for me to explore still. Hey man, have you seen...
Pardon me. Oui, monsieur?
Have you seen Lebanon? No, we're not gonna ask about Mr. Lebanon.
Do you know anything about...
No, the sign it does.
Yeah.
I already know this shit. No, I'm not gonna go through this again. It's so long. Alright.
I found this gem at a medieval site in Ireland.
That means nothing to me, monsieur.
How did you manage to get this job?
I had a military manner, squeaky shoes, and an irrational hatred of children.
Nice. I don't know if I should be showing him white powder, but...
Does this white powder mean
I like that he
anything to you?
specifically said
No, he
white
doesn't.
powder too. They knew exactly what they were leaning on.
Thanks for your help.
What they were referring to. Have you seen these drugs before? Wonder if there's like... I need to jam that window open or something.
Attention!
Don't you think it's...
That was not
No, I'm not gonna ask him. I don't want to know why. I already know why. They're repeating all the same things. They're still not at the fucking museum. I'm gonna just go back to Ireland. Fuck it. Everyone was so much cooler over there. Oh, they don't let you go back. Motherfuckers. Mon dieu. Alright, the cafe, Rougerie, post de police, yeah, el Saturasso. I mean, even though they're probably still not gonna fucking help us. It's just maybe we can get some information
Yes.
from them. I've seen some gangsters.
I'd like to report an assault.
Yes, monsieur? Where is the victim?
I'm the victim. I've been harassed by a pair of thugs.
I see. And where did this alleged assault take place?
Outside the Hotel Ubu. They stopped me as I was leaving and went through my pocket.
Could you describe the suspects, monsieur?
One looked like a gorilla, and the other looked like a weasel. Their names are Flap and Guido.
Bon. I'll get them this time.
Okay.
Have you
Wait,
heard of a
listen.
man called Marquet?
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
Oh, that's pretty good fucking information.
Which hospital
Seriously?
was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic in the
Oh,
Avenue
there we go.
des Hérissons.
Does that unlock a fucking map piece?
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
Yeah, but why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lawns.
Or he was an international spy.
Hmm.
How about the white powder?
That is not a good idea.
You don't like practical jokes? Come on.
That's a double-line Swedish with a crosshatch Bergman strike strip. Now,
Nice.
that's unusual. Pre-war Anderson hinging.
Really?
I haven't seen a reinforced Anderson outside of a private collection.
It's rare then?
In this part of the world, yes.
Really?
There are only 3 places these are made.
Is he fucking with
Taiwan,
us?
Manila, and Slough.
That'd be cool if it unlocked map. Places,
See you later, Sergeant.
Places on the map that I could go to. That'd be really fucking cool. Alright, hopefully the hotel's over there. I mean, not the hotel, the hospital. Oh, okay. I guess we have no one to talk to. Just for jokes, I want to see if we did unlock other places. No, I was really hoping we unlocked other pieces on the map. I'm naive and gullible. Alright, we at least got the hospital. Or the hospital. That's sweet. Can't look at the clock. Like the semi-realistic looking trees and bushes in this cartoony game.
I felt a little guilty as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door was locked.
Alright. Let's ignore that then. Oh, who are you, Mr. Crazy Doctor?
Hi, my name's George Stobbart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
Do you know this
I'm looking
man?
for a guy named Jacques Marquet.
That's like half of this game
In which
is this guy asking,
department
do you
does
know
he
this
work?
man?
He doesn't. He's a patient.
I see.
Main
You
character is
do
secretly
realize there
T1000.
are strict policies regarding visiting hours, don't you?
Oh yes, please shock the doctor. Please shock
May
the
I have
doctor.
the honor of shaking you by the hand?
You may not. I don't encourage physical contact between my staff.
I have such a terrible way of fucking doing it. My guy's got to work on his presentation.
This is important. I have to talk to Marquet urgently.
His approach.
We make no exceptions to the rules.
It's a matter of life and death.
The well-oiled running of this hospital is a matter of life and death. That's why we have rules.
A real.
I think I ought to warn you that
Explain yourself.
he's in league with a bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense. Besides, Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private...
Oh, it's exclusive private rooms, so you kind of gave it up. a
Could you
little.
tell me who Marquet's employers are?
Certainly not.
Alright, that's it. But he did say private room. I almost skipped through that, but I caught it.
Look at this, Doc. It's a genuine medieval type gemstone.
Yes, so remarkable.
I have to take this gem to Marquet. He might be able to explain its significance.
My dear chap, Marquet has other things on his mind right now.
Like what?
He's
Like living?
kept it there for one.
Jesus Christ. The arrogance and ignorance of this American tourist, I tell you.
Does this white powder mean anything to you?
No, sir. I do not pretend to know the pharmacist's job.
I love this guy's attitude.
Does this...
Sacre bleu! That's exactly what I needed in my last operation.
It is?
I had to improvise with a knitting needle and a couple of corks. If only you'd been on hand at the time, my patient would have given his right arm for it.
I think he means that literally.
What do you make of this tissue, sir?
If I were you, I'd have the sample analyzed.
Okay.
Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to you?
No, it does.
Do you reckon...
No, I do.
No,
This
I do not.
is a hospital, not
What?
a circus ring. We minister to the sick in body, not the sick in mind.
I like that. I think that was a good finish.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, sir, I do not.
And
Have
finally,
you ever heard of the Club Alamat?
No, sir, I have not.
and we're done.
Thanks for your help.
Milady, where's the private rooms?
Excuse me.
Ooh.
Yes, sir?
Is this the
Leisure Suit
Hagenmeyer
Larry.
Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I
Have
was
a
in a
different
garden
agenda.
center.
Oh, the plans. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
I'm here to see Jacques Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Yeah, I'm his,
No.
A
Why
brother
long lost
half
brother?
his age with a
Why?
different name and an American
Why?
accent.
Of all the
Yeah.
lies I could have gone
People
with.
always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age. After a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
Why?
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life.
I guess not.
I would be just as bad at lying, quite honestly. That's why I don't lie, because I just can't do it. I can't pull it off. My lies would be as ridiculous as that. It would just be over-embellished for no reason whatsoever.
So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well, there's Theodore the Bear. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children.
She doesn't have an
Personally, I
accent.
think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from the zoo.
Alright.
I'd
Shake
like
her
to
hand.
shake you by the hand.
Don't be fresh,
God
young
damn it.
man.
The fucking audio just took a spike out of nowhere.
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
Oh shit.
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see.
So she's gonna completely ignore the fake brother.
He was
Why?
on Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh
Gotcha.
dear. He's on Ward J2. That's... Nurse Grendel's ward.
What the hell does that mean?
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
Anything else you can
If
tell
Nurse
me?
Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J.
That's what he got from it.
How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left
Right,
past
right,
the administrator's
left.
sauna. And turn left at the end.
Left.
That's J2.
Right, left, up,
Good
down,
luck.
up, down, BA, start. Is that, did she just give me half the Konami code there? Right, left. Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this man here at the clinic?
Have you seen this boy?
No, sir. And I never forget a face.
I don't know why that makes me laugh. Have you seen this man? It's supposed to be have you seen this boy? And and T1000 shows a picture. And then there's a spoof of it in Wayne's World where they get the actual actor to do it.
What does this gem suggest to you?
I advise you not to flash that around.
How about this white cocaine?
Is this plaster any use to you?
I'm allergic to plastic.
She's allergic to plaster, alright.
Thanks for your help, man.
You're welcome.
I wonder why the audio spiked up so much now. Almost like it finally went to the settings that I set an hour ago.
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
Okay, we're gonna talk to him, I guess. There's a lot more talking in this game. A lot more than I remember.
Hello.
God damn.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh,
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
that's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do
I
is
did not
smile
ask for any of this.
and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
What?
It's a deal.
I can really just say I'll bust you in the teeth? What the fuck? Am I the bad guy in this game? The fuck am I threatening a janitor for? Let the man whistle.
Do you know where I'd find a
That
patient
was so
called
rough.
Marquet?
That was a bit
No,
egregious for no
I'm not
reason.
allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
You whistle, I'll bust you in the teeth.
Have you seen any unsavory characters
not
working
expect
about in the
that.
quarters?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would. With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
He must be some kind of puzzle element. There hasn't been a character in this game yet that's been completely useless or just used for jokes.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
Okay.
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
It's a he.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
Mr.
You
Shiny.
think it's odd, don't you? I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind me back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull-through.
Mr. Shiny, his weekly pull-through. No, I swear it's a euphemism for his penis. but he's pretending it's his fucking his polisher.
Do you recognize this powder?
Is that dandruff?
No way.
It sure looks like dandruff.
It's plaster.
Ugh.
Okay. He has an
What do you
aversion
think of
to
this,
plaster.
Sam?
Oh boy.
Why am I
What
showing
is
him
it?
this gem?
A priceless gemstone.
He's gonna
found
kill me
in
for
a
that.
medieval castle in Ireland. Get
Well,
me
that's
into
right, we found the
Marquet's
gem.
ward, and it's yours.
That's
I
what it
don't wear
was.
jewelry.
If this gem was yours, you'd be able to buy 100 Mr. Shinies.
Don't be silly. There's
Only one,
Mr.
Shiny. I had a feeling he was gonna say that. There's only one. Well, let's fuck this guy over.
Would
with
you
a
like
buzz.
to shake my hand?
Not until
God
I'm
damn it.
washed, if you don't mind, sir.
What? Someone will be buzzed, I tell you. Someone. This item will not remain useless.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Who is it?
That's what I'm asking you. Have you seen him before?
How should I know?
It's an easy no.
You haven't told me who he is.
Take a look at the photo.
Yeah, okay.
Now, have you seen him before?
No.
Would this tool be any use to you?
No, sir. Mr. Shiny has no user-serviceable parts. Whatever that means.
Do you recognize this match?
You should never...
I know that.
This guy's
People
just-
get hurt when they do. They end
This-
up in hospital, like the burger lady. She
burger
was
lady?
so burned up, they didn't know whether to use bandages or onions.
That's fucking terrible. What the hell? She was so burned up they didn't know whether to use bandages or onions.
Do you recognize this
Burger
pass?
lady.
No, I don't. Should I?
Skin got unexpectedly dark.
No, but I wondered if you'd seen a stranger flashing it about.
No, sir. But if I had, Mr. Shiny would take care of him.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
You have a cold. What you need is...
Alright, how about this
Take
nose?
a look at this red nose.
Are you a policeman?
No, this is a clown's nose, not a policeman's.
Oh, did either of us get that mixed
See you
up?
later.
Yeah. Take care now.
Alright, let's just randomly walk into people's houses.
Hey now.
Oh,
You can't go
there
in
we
there.
go.
How come?
This is
I'm
what...
responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
Oh, and then the plug's on this side. Okay, I thought I was gonna go through this way, but is there anything else? No, it's just the plug here. No, there is something else here though. I'm kind of curious. Ooh, more people. Oh, there's the nurse. Run!
Oui, monsieur.
Is this Ward J2?
It is, but you're not supposed to be here. We have strict rules about visiting hours.
Can't you make an
Ooh,
exception?
maybe I get a nurse's
I've come
outfit?
all the way from California.
You must speak to the doctor.
I can't wait that long. What if he snuffs it?
You can't talk like that here. This is a hospital. You will have to leave.
Damn, they made her well endowed. Alright, let's fuck with this guy now. Now, do I cut through here in the back or something?
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
No? I guess we're just sneaking.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
Unless he's gonna catch me and I need to do something to Mr. Shiny first. Why are you waiting? Go to the door. Go to the door. Why isn't it not letting me do anything? Okay, now. He's gonna catch me, isn't he? No? Oh, alright. I thought I would have to do something to his machine first. And that was unexpectedly a lot more easier than I expected. In that order. George MD.
Good afternoon, doctor. The patients are ready for your inspection, doctor.
Oh shit.
Thank you, nurse.
You'll need this, doctor.
It's not a bedpan, is it? We're not checking the bedpan, are we?
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay, what about this guy?
Do you
Who
have a
cares?
patient named Marquet on this ward?
Oui, monsieur. He is in the private room at the end of the ward. He has been placed in strict isolation.
Why is
Why?
Marquet in quarantine?
Why?
If you wish to know more, you'll have to speak to Herr Hagenmeier. All I know is that Marquet's room is strictly out of bounds.
Do you know who paid for Marquet's room?
No, of course I don't.
Preferential treatment like that must cost an arm and a leg.
That's not my concern, monsieur.
Do you have any clowns on the ward?
Why, yes, we do. A professional clown.
I'll bet he lightens the place up.
Hardly. Monsieur Boissy has been in a coma for the last 3 months.
Oh, that's so sad.
What's wrong with Boissy?
He was involved in a very nasty accident. A silly stunt involving a unicycle. His current condition is due to post-traumatic shock. It's unlikely he'll ever perform as a clown again.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good.
That was such a random conversation.
What is this device?
It's for taking the patient's blood
I'm
pressure.
sure there was a joke in there that
doctor.
went over my head. What was it again?
Do you want this,
Device for measuring blood pressure.
Oh,
yeah,
blood
do
pressure.
you want it back?
No.
Oh, thanks. Why are you
Does
showing her
this
the
gem
gem?
mean anything to you?
Why did I do that?
Beautiful, but I've never seen it before.
Will you marry me for it?
Would you like to shake hands with me?
Well,
No, it's okay. Forget it.
Why'd he back out? You fucking coward.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
no, I don't.
Do you recognize...
No.
None of them go away. They always stay lit up. I forgot the white powder, unless she's into it.
Is this plaster any use?
Why
No,
call it
it
plaster?
isn't.
Alright. We had enough plaster to keep it again, eh? We're probably gonna have to make another impression.
Does this mean anything to you?
The Club Alamut? I've never heard of it.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
What if are we talking to these motherfuckers? No? Oh, so I'm not actually gonna do... Oh, I do. Right, this guy.
Doctor!
Yeah. Bastard had to stop me.
What is it?
You haven't taken my blood pressure.
No shit. He hasn't even wrapped it around his arm. What is that shit?
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Of course I am.
No, you're not. Dr. Monroe never did it like that.
I can't take a satisfactory reading while you're excited like this. I'll come back later.
Alright, that was, I guess, easy? Or he's gonna ask me to do it again. Maybe I can combine it with an item? He's gonna stop me again, isn't he?
Oh,
What now?
you did.
Oh, yep. So we gotta do something to the blood pressure machine.
Okay,
It would help if my dude actually put it around his arm instead of on his knee.
You don't have.
I'll come back when you...
No, the first thing you're doing, shut it. Shut it, old man. A plaster? Can I shock him?
Hello?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobbart, and I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what I've got.
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are you sure you're a qualified doctor?
You better believe it. No way.
Maybe we can get him to leave the bed instead.
No way. Have you any idea?
No, Doc.
Do you recognize...
Doesn't that belong to Boissy?
No. I found it in a sewer.
He's a clown, you know. You wouldn't think so to look at him now, would you?
Are you that clown?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, Doctor.
A cold-blooded killer.
That's some random information to give to a
Do you know
patient.
what this is?
It looks like plastic.
I guess we can talk about people.
What's your impression of Nurse Grendel?
She's a very efficient young woman.
Efficient? You make her sound like a vacuum cleaner.
I've no complaints.
The woman in reception described Nurse Grendel as a monster.
Well, that's simply not true.
So
She's
she was
quite
jealous.
strict, but that's her job, isn't it? You've got to have discipline in a...
In a place like this.
Have
Maybe
you
he's
ever
been
heard
to
of
the
the
club.
Club Alamut?
I'm not really a nightclub.
I didn't think you were. Are you an
Have
electrician?
you heard of a guy called...
No, Doc.
No. I don't want to do the blood
Do you
test
know what
thing.
this...
I'd rather...
I'd rather not know what it's used for. What are you implying?
Does this gem mean anything to you?
No, Doc.
Alright, what about
What
this
can you
dude?
tell me about Marquet?
He's the man in the private room, isn't he?
Is he
That
loud?
room was mine before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
Squatter?
Do you know what's wrong with Marquet?
I should have let him fish
They
that.
won't even say what's wrong with me. Tell me, Doctor, what's your opinion?
It's too early to say.
But I've been here for 3 months.
Well, you sound fine. Just walk on out of here.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job.
What do you mean, why? You're the one who begged me 2 times already, you jackass. Alright, we gotta figure out something else to do to it. I don't think we have the items.
Seems fine.
You're not...
Shut it.
I'll come back.
Can't talk to that guy, can't talk to that guy, can't walk this way. Alright. Did I try every item with him? Sneak the buzzer in the blood pressure. When he puts his arm in it, gets a crazy shock. I don't know what kind of reaction that'd be, but alright. We talked to Grendel about this
Pardon me,
crazy
nurse.
motherfucker.
Oui, monsieur.
Nope, no we cannot.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I'm wondering if there's anything we can get from this machine. Let's do it again.
The connector in the socket supplied electricity.
Oh, we can't do it again. Shit. That was a one-time deal. Oh, I guess I'm a doctor, right? Let me walk in.
Hey, I asked you not to...
I know, but I'm curious.
Oh, no. I'm responsible for that cupboard.
Okay.
Alright. Maybe I should take his blood pressure. Freak him out.
Hello.
Oh, huh? No whistling.
Right.
Because I'll bust you in the teeth. Grendel?
What's the problem with Nurse Grendel?
She's uptight and twisted on account of a broken heart.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
too bad. I thought she was just plain bad-tempered.
If he has an emission, it'll take the shine clean off your shoes. Say, nice sneakers.
Thanks.
Random.
Are you having trouble with...
Yes, I am. I don't know what's got into him. He keeps pulling his plug.
Keeps pulling his plug, you say. Huh?
See you later.
Yeah.
Weird. Uh-oh. That's a lot of doctors in one room. Okay. Where did that doctor even come from?
Hi, my name's George Stobbart.
Yes, sir? Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George.
I
if
guess
you
they
like.
get international
Are you
doctors
sure?
in here all the
Yeah,
time.
that's my name.
My name's Benoit.
Wrong call.
But everyone calls me Bunny.
Bunny?
That's right. I used to have this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit.
Independent contractor doctors or something? Since no one seems to know each other here.
Do you know the nurse
recognize
on
each
Ward
other?
J2?
No, monsieur. This is my first day here.
Oh, well, that explains
I
it.
can't wait
His
to
first
get my
day.
hands dirty. I was talking
I
about
wonder what the
treating
guy with the
myself
stash is
patient, of
excuse
course.
gonna be.
I didn't mean I'd get my hands dirty with a nurse.
Shut up, Benoit.
Okay, sir.
My guy is so rough, what the hell? He's fucking threatening to punch certain people in the teeth. He's telling the newbie to shut up. I like him. There's still the ambulance outside. Maybe there's something I can do with
Do you
that.
know anything about a patient named Marquet?
No, sir, I don't know much about
Marquis?
any
That
of
was
the patients.
Marquis.
I've never
That
met a
spelling.
doctor who admits that he's only human.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure
No,
I'll
Marquis
get the
would be
hang of things.
Q-U-E-E, I think. Or just Q-U-E. That's a T at the end, Marquet. Yeah, thought maybe in some spellings the T was silent.
Shake my hand, Benoit.
Yes.
I don't think that's a
No.
good idea, sir.
How
Are you
come?
kidding me?
Dermatitis.
I don't have dermatitis.
I do.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Not me, sir.
I'm a doctor, not a geologist.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Is that a nasal discharge, sir?
No, it's grease paint.
I'm a doctor, Jim, not a geologist.
Here, take this pressure gauge.
Why?
Thank you, sir.
Well, keep it safe until I think of something.
Really? Did I just give him an item? If I get it back?
Do you know what this white powder is?
No, sir.
What does this tool suggest?
Isn't that used to snap the patient's ribs when exploring the abdomen?
It is now.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Let me see you back in the
I've never
back
seen
room.
him before.
Have you ever heard of the...
No, sir.
Have you ever heard...
No, sir.
There's gonna be a bunch of no's.
Does this...
No, it doesn't.
That was the 4 no's in a row.
See you later.
Right.
What's this guy gonna say now? Since we already talked and I have this outfit.
Excuse me, sir. Aha! Just the man.
Oh?
You must be the new boy. Yeah, I must be. Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bernie, come here, boy. This is Benoit, my nephew.
Oh.
Can I trust you to look after him?
Yes.
He is fresh out of medical school.
Obviously, since I gave him
It will
the
open
heart
his eyes
pump,
to see a
he's gonna
real
distract the old
doctor
dude.
on the job. I'll bet. Show him around. Let him see some real suffering.
Let him see some real suffering. How about we start with hitting on the receptionist? There'll be some real suffering in seeing my failed attempts at hitting on her. Alright, my boy. You, can I talk to him? No, no, don't go out.
Hey,
My
Benoit.
guy just did a fucking
Yes, sir?
360 right there. That was awesome. No, I don't want it back.
Follow me, Benoit.
I'm right.
Let's see what happens if I just walk.
You haven't finished taking my blood pressure.
Don't take it back from him. Don't take it back from him.
Will you keep quiet? You're disturbing the other patients.
I'll keep quiet when you've taken my blood pressure.
I have to see Jacques Marc...
How come he gets preferential treatment? It's because he's got money, isn't it?
I'll come back when you've dealt with that chip on your shoulder.
Why can't I get him to do it?
Hey, Benoit.
Yes, sir.
Do you still have that game?
Ah, yes.
Oh, there we go. No, do not give it to her, give it to him.
Use it on Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
Nice. Distraction. Well. Second puzzle. Second obstacle. Hey, buddy.
I'm Dr.
There's a rat on the
Stobbart.
floor.
Bonjour, docteur.
Maybe he's afraid of mice and rats.
Have you heard of a guy called Marquet?
He's in quarantine, doc. Right behind this here door.
Marquet is
This here
just the
door.
man I wanted to see.
I wouldn't
This
go
guy was
in
really
there
rough
if I
on his
was you.
H there.
He has anthrax.
Ooh, I have anthrax right here. Look.
Can you think of any sensible use
No,
for
you
this
should have pretended it
plaster?
was anthrax, you
Sensible?
idiot.
No. Puerile? Yes. But you probably thought of those already.
Would you like to shake hands?
What for?
Why does
As
he
a
always
gesture
present it
of
like
goodwill.
that?
On reflection? No.
Why doesn't he just, like, raise out his hand? That's it. Why does he have to say, would you like to share hands? Shake
Do you
hands.
recognize the man
Oh,
in this
obvious.
photograph?
No, I have never seen him before.
I have to visit my patient.
What for?
Routine. I have to check he's still breathing.
What if he's not?
I'll sign the certificate and register his bed as vacant.
That's a cold and distant attitude to death.
Well, I've been institutionalized to the point of godlike aloofness.
The white coat
God, like
suits you.
aloofness.
Thanks.
I like it.
Have you seen any suspicious characters on the ward?
Yeah, I have.
Me?
A gorilla and a weasel?
No, this was a tatty old
Oh.
bear.
Tatty
How's
old
the
bear.
bear acting suspiciously?
Well, he was wearing a homburg.
Is that against the law?
No, but it's pretty weird for a bear.
Not as weird as a bear showing up at the hospital? We're just gonna ignore the fact that there was a bear here, period?
What does this
It looks as if it has been used to wipe Satan's bottom.
I like this guy's response.
I hate to say it, but you could be right. Do you recognize this red nose?
Satan has a greasy
Don't
ass
get
confirmed.
cute with me.
Do you recognize this gem?
It isn't an emerald, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's not even the color of an emerald. What the fuck?
Are you Thomas Merlin of Gruber Electronics?
No.
Then you won't be needing this.
Fuck was the point
Have
of
you
that?
ever heard of the Club Alamet?
No. It sounds Middle Eastern.
Alright.
What do you think this tool is used?
Branding mice without bending down.
Alright.
Catch you later, officer.
Au revoir, Doc.
Catch you later, Gator. No, we're just gonna walk in. Thought he was gonna stop us. So confused by that whole interaction.
Marquet?
Yes. I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Well, what are you waiting for? Get it over
Finish
with.
me.
I just want to know what I should do with the gem.
The Lahmar gem.
Yeah,
Finish him.
right here in my pocket.
I thought you were one of the assassin.
I like to smoke some hashashin right now.
Not me. I never inhaled.
So, you were sent in my place?
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grandmaster. Quickly tell him that I have found the tripod right here in Paris.
You have it?
Not yet, but it's being taken care of. I hired a couple of stooges with a flair for petty crime.
Would that
Those
be
stooges?
Flap and Guido by any chance?
Oh god, no.
Know them as for Klausner. He has gone off to Syria on a wild goose chase.
They have geese in Syria?
He has a theory about the location of the...
Give this voice actor an award. He's going all out for that.
That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
Talking to this patient, of course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. If you
Dun, dun,
had my
dun.
office to hear that.
Okay, I'm going. I'd learned all I could from Marquet anyhow.
Ah, there you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I finished with your pressure gauge.
Thanks, Bunny.
What's that noise? It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
It's all right. The doctor's in there with him.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Oui, monsieur.
Oh,
He
shit.
showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
There's no Dr. Braille
Oh,
working here.
fuck.
He's an imposter.
And yet no one questioned me as being an imposter?
The
What
door's
fuck?
locked. Help me, officer.
This is the worst hospital ever.
Stand back, monsieur.
Oh shit. How'd that doctor know I wasn't the doctor? The fuck?
Hello, George.
If he wasn't the doctor, what is this shit?
No. I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked. For the very,
very
last
last
time.
He's dead.
Yeah. Killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable. What kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away, out the window.
We're not gonna tell her that we pretend to be a doctor to take advantage of a dying man. We're just gonna let that one slip.
Have you ever heard of the Hashiashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves.
And that's it.
Let's take another look. There's but the night through my
Alright, I guess that's it.
I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which
Which
one,
one, Rousseau or Sergeant Mou? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
And what are we ending this thing off? Marquis thought of some sort of assassin. Seems someone is trying to stop him reforging a sword. He wanted me to deliver the gem to some guy called the Grand Master. Marquis said those two thugs from the hotel tried to steal a tripod. He also mentioned someone called Klausner, who the assassin might have followed to Syria. Very confusing. But before I get any explanation, I was ordered out by a doctor who wasn't a real doctor because he then murdered Marquis. These people certainly don't mess around. The hell? Was there one more? No. Alright, are we going out somewhere else? Nope, we're still staying in here. I guess we're trying the museum or the hotel. Is the hotel even there? No. Alright, I guess museum again? Is our friend finally here? Yeah, we got someone.
I beg your pardon.
There
Are
he
you
is.
Andre Lobineau?
Lobineau.
That's me. You want my autograph?
No. I was told you may be able to help me.
Help?
My name is George Stobbart. I'd like your professional opinion.
Well, okay. Shoot.
Have you seen this man?
Does the guy in this photograph look familiar to you?
Do it.
No.
Alright, anyways. Tripod?
I think you ought to know that the tripod is going to be stolen.
The Lochman tripod? No.
It's true. I can give you a description of the thieves.
Before the supposed event has taken place?
I heard them planning the raid.
They're wasting their time. The tripod is protected by a state-of-the-art alarm system.
Yeah, explain more about this
don't say I
system.
didn't warn you.
Tell me exactly how it works, why don't you?
Why don't you loan the tripod to me for safekeeping?
Because I'd never see it again.
Well, don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust, George.
Can we just
that
meet?
tripod is hundreds of years old and extremely fragile.
I get your point. Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Why, yes. It was formed in 11th century Persia,
radical group?
shortly before the Crusades.
At roughly the same time as the Templars.
Ooh.
Yes. They gave a new word to our language. Assassini. The assassin.
I wonder if that's true.
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legends surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A
You
young
never
man
tell which
who
one's
sought to
based
join
on
the
actual...
sect was given hashish
Which
until
one's
he
non-fiction,
drifted
which
into
one
dreams.
is fiction.
He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water, the most delicious food, the choicest hash, and the most delectable women imaginable.
Nice.
Cool. Do you have the address?
I haven't finished the story.
Oh.
There was a price to pay for this taste of paradise.
Wouldn't you just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to find himself back in the real world. He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashashin.
Alright.
How did the assassins operate?
Well, as I explained, the new recruits would be only too willing to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then, the Grand Master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
And they'd stop at nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it. They were fearless and deadly.
Does the cult of the assassins still exist?
Take a look around at the world today. You tell me.
Does the name Montfaucon mean anything to you?
Sure. It was the most grisly spectacle in Paris until the Revolution.
A public toilet?
Montfaucon was the place of execution for many thousands. A dark temple of death, with row upon row of arches, each one framing a grim exhibit. Scores of rotting corpses swung on creaking rope, while the crows devoured their flesh.
That explains the image of the hanged man. I found a reference to Montfaucon in Ireland, in a village called Lochmarn.
Lochmarn? That's where Pegram was digging.
That's right. He'd left the excavation before I arrived.
Interesting.
Do you know Pegram well?
Not really. I met him at a conference. I would have liked to talk to him in depth, but I didn't have time.
When was this?
Oh, back in the summer, July, I think.
Where was the site of Montfaucon?
To the northeast, near the Canal Saint-Martin, but there's nothing there now. The old gibbet was torn down during the Revolution.
Revolution.
I'd like your opinion on a medieval manuscript.
Vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides, there are certain people who'd stop at nothing to get their hands on it.
Intriguing. Do you have a copy of the text?
There isn't much. Only a few Latin phrases. I was kind of hoping you'd help decipher the picture.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's
Why
a
can't we
tall
just take
order.
pictures of it?
Just tell me one thing. What does the image of two men riding on the same horse suggest to you?
The Knights Templar. Does the Templar seal appear on this manuscript? I'd love to see that for myself.
The manuscript is being looked after by a friend.
In Paris?
Yeah. Not far from here, in fact.
Well, just give me the address and I'll come round and take a look.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe I should check with her first.
A female friend?
Yeah, she's a woman.
Why did that pique his interest? Why did that pique his interest? How about this gem?
What do you make of this?
It's the biggest gemstone I've ever seen. Where did you get?
From Professor Pegram's messenger boy.
Did Pegram find this on his
Oh,
dig?
that was in the box.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
site where this was found was a Templar castle. Do you think it could be part of the Templar treasure?
No, I shouldn't think so. You're not one of those crazies who think the Templars still exist, are you?
Well, I try to keep an open mind on the matter.
Interesting. So now I really can't remember what we did in Ireland, like how we finished Ireland off after we opened up thing. I thought it was the box with the gem in it, but no. The gem was in the box we found in the sewer, or the underneath the bar. God damn it.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Andre.
Not now,
God
Georgie.
damn it. No one will fall for it.
This friend who has the manuscript,
Oui, the anonymous girlfriend.
she lives at 361 Rue Jarry.
Ah, I know it well. I'll drop by. Just as soon as I can.
Oh, what does that mean? That was a weird way to end it. Of course he knows who she is. She's the one who recommended him.
Can you tell me anything about the Knights Templar?
I
I
sure
don't know, I
can,
made dudes being
Georgie.
coy about it.
Soldiers, diplomats, mercenaries, monks, bankers, you name it. The greatest fighting force in Christendom. The militia of Christ.
Jeez. How did the Templars get their name?
From the building in which they set up their headquarters. The King of Jerusalem gave them part of a mosque on the Temple Mount. It was said to have been the site of the original Temple of Solomon. The order became known first as the Knights of the Temple, and later as the Knights Templar.
You're a mine of information, Andre.
Glad to be of help, Georgie.
How come the Templars became so wealthy?
There was a constant stream of new recruits to their ranks, many from noble families. They were required to swear a sacred oath of poverty, chastity, and obedience. So, their money, goods, and lands were donated to the order. The Templars soon held land in France, Scotland, England, Spain, most of Europe, in fact. The poor Knights of Christ became the wealthiest power in Christendom.
Motherfuckers.
Is it true the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found?
Who knows? So little knowledge of what really happened remains. Or if it does, the truth has never been made public.
What do you mean by that?
The Templars have attained mythological status, like the King Arthur of the Britons. There are people even now who say the Templars still exist.
Do you think that's like?
No, not for a minute.
Alright. You're a clown.
Take a look at this nose, Labino.
It really doesn't interest me.
Alright. I tried.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing.
You didn't see it was disgusting.
Do you recognize this white powder, Andre?
No.
I'm surprised. Normally, snob like this, you'd be nose deep in the fucking coke.
Does this matchbook mean anything?
Alamut is the name of the place where the Hashashin were based.
Hello.
Where is it?
Somewhere in what used to be called Persia. I'm not too hot on modern geography, I'm afraid. The most recent map I have shows America as an English colony.
Alright, I don't need to ask
Thanks for
about
your
those
help,
things.
You're welcome.
Can I fuck around this shit? Nope, not freaking anyone out. No, don't touch that.
No, monsieur. Okay, okay.
I'm surprised he's not trying to close the window. Maybe no wind blows at this time of the day? I can clearly see this. No? Alright, never mind. It's not gonna happen, is it?
Closing time, Monsieur
Oh shit!
Lobino.
There we go.
Already, there just aren't enough hours in the day. More than enough for me.
So I never needed to do the window thing?
I can't wait to get home and put my feet up. Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Weird.
Good night, monsieur.
What the hell was the point of the window thing then? I'm so confused. Oh shit, the gangster.
Quit fooling around, you moron! Get your ass over here and bring that flashlight. What the? Who's there?
Let's get out of here!
You scared of ghosts, really? Amazing. Fucking amazing. Hello.
And when I woke up, I was at the police station. Luckily, I managed to persuade Rosso I was innocent.
Poor Georges.
Who was
What
that?
a mess. I bungled the whole
I thought that was Nicole
thing.
herself.
I don't think so. You made a pretty good job of distracting those two crooks.
It was her, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
but the killer got away with the tripod.
No, he didn't. He's not the only one who can dress up in costume.
Interesting. She's fucking Catwoman
You
at
mean
night?
it was you who stole the tripod? Oh, hell, Nico. I could have been shot.
Those dogs are more likely to shoot their own feet.
I just wish you'd told me your plans. We're supposed to be in this together. And how come you dressed up like a pantomime cat?
Don't cirque Georgie, please.
Oh, rats. And don't call me Georgie.
Oh, I really thought you'd be pleased. After all,
She's doing baby talk. How dare she use the baby talk on us? It's super effective.
Oh, by the way, I had a visit from Andre Lobino.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the Knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bear that crest.
I sure hope so. Let's take another look at the map.
Why?
There's a guy working. There's a guy between. And the nut through my. There, but.
Look there, two guys on.
Right.
I'd better get back to the quest.
What do you mean back to the quest? Which way are we going? I guess we gotta put that tripod in a very specific place. Ooh, the Montevacachon. Anywhere else? Yeah, no. Let's go to Montevacachon. Ooh, there's a lot of shit going on here. Let me see how far we're in. 55%. I don't know if I should end here or not. I'll go for maybe a little half an hour more. Oh, this was clearly a PNG that was cut out very poorly. Jesus Christ. You can see the edges on it.
Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the so-so Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to dude?
An excellent question, monsieur.
Okay.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy,
cool.
What they teach in the police academy...
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Clever bastard.
Have you seen this man before?
No. Who is it?
I believe him to be an international assassin.
Oh.
Is that all you can say? Oh.
I did wonder if I should say that I believe you to be an international paranoiac, but it didn't seem polite.
I like him. Shake his hand.
Would you like to
He's
shake?
such a nice guy.
I stopped myself barely in time. Electrocuting a cop would not have been smart. They'd rebuild the Bastille just so they could throw me in and throw away the key.
I thought he stopped himself because he was an old man and didn't want to give him a heart attack. No, it was because he was a cop. That was the issue. Blood pressure?
What do you think of this?
A blood pressure.
I'm trying to imply that
see you
maybe you
around.
need to check your blood
Oui,
pressure, old
monsieur.
man. Alright, can I combine these? Not yet? Alright. Ooh, that's to leave. That's a cafe we can't touch. The dude we can talk to. There's an annoying family I want to avoid. A fucking clown. A sewer on the ground. Maybe he'll get mad if I walk in his way. No? Alright, some funky ass shit over here. Let's go up there first. Then we'll come back down and talk to the annoying family. That's a thing.
I didn't have time to sit around.
Oh, that's a priest. That's a...
A knight, there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess.
See, I don't know if the echo in his voice was added because we're in a big cathedral-like thing, or if that just accidentally fits perfectly because of the bad recording.
Somehow it looked more modern than its neighbor.
Sounds a little bit more intentional than the normal dialogue you would hear when it's not supposed to have an echo.
On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
Although if it was an inner monologue, it doesn't make sense that there'd be an echo.
Well, I could have just taken the end off the staff, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church, other than deported. A statue of a knight. The statue had any secrets. A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell.
Okay. Blood pressure. Got his arm reached out, man.
I could see that what had per disciplinum meum lux videbus. Sounds pretty familiar to me. Per disciplinum.
Oh, okay. You just keep fucking hitting it over and over
bit
again.
Of a stained glass window. Wow. Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
Maybe I'm supposed to put something in front of it? Maybe I put it in his hand? Down here?
A statue of the on the end of the...
Maybe they've seen this man. Alright. I don't think there's anything here that would make a visual difference, but it is interesting.
I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school drop.
Okay, there's also this.
Somehow it looked more modern than its neighbor. In comparison to its neighbor, it looked pretty plain.
You're saying this window got replaced? Maybe? Oh, you can check the bodies. I don't see that big purple thing in the
A
background.
stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard.
Hard work.
A stone knight lay at the end of a road. I wondered if this guy had died in combat.
And we can't look at that over there. Yes, we can always talk to the priest. See if we can get some information out of him. Huh. So this looks at that one specifically, but I feel like I need to overlay something on it. Don't have anything specific other than these greasy germs. Greasy tissue. Let's look again.
Per discipline.
Don't think I can move it either since it's stuck
A
in
bit
stone.
of a stained glass window. Hoping for a big... Had been pretty...
Stained glass window? Oh, he just goes out right away. So yeah, definitely have to put something in it, on it, around it, through it, with it. Alright, let's talk to the dude. He's gotta know something. Gotta be something about that cane.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, that goes
Not at
definitely
all,
added.
monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
For once.
Do you speak Latin?
You ask this of a priest?
Okay. Can you tell me what per disciplinum meam lux videbus means?
Let me see. That will be, by my teachings, you will see the light. I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I noticed that the stained glass window on the left looks more modern than the middle one.
You have a keen eye, monsieur. The original window was destroyed in the last war. It was as old as the church, early 14th century.
Oh man, that's awful.
Oui, a terrible loss. Still, the church and the other windows survive.
Okay.
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
6 months.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church
No.
then.
Just a little.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Ah, oui. Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
Alright.
Have you seen this man?
No, I have never seen him before.
What do you think of this?
A precious sleeve.
Never mind.
That was useless.
How about this?
It is very beautiful, monsieur. And yet, I feel that there is an air of suffering about it.
Okay.
I've got a medieval tripod.
Like a kid. Like a fucking kid. I got a medieval tripod.
I thought about using the shake and shock on him, but I couldn't do that to a priest.
Man is fearing God.
I have here a sewer key.
Ah, oui?
I've got a...
Oui.
So you have.
There's grease paint on this tissue.
Oui.
Like this guy. Yeah, you're right.
I was in Ireland
He's shooting me like
recently,
a
and I
child.
brought back this plaster.
My sister brought back a chalet.
That was useless information.
Catch you later.
Au revoir.
We learned absolutely nothing and got nothing off of that. Must be something I can do.
On the end of the staff. On the end of the staff was some kind
Kind
of
of
disc
disc with a cross
on
on it. Oh, this one up here.
On the end of the staff.
What kind of disc with a cross on it? I don't think I can put this up here. Although it'd be cool if I could rest this on something, the tripod. Oh, it's not gonna work.
On the end of the...
A cross with a disc on it. Maybe you have to be at night?
Hoping for a big... Had been
Like there's
pretty
gotta be a
out-
light flashing. Doesn't seem like there's anything you can rest things on though.
A night.
Probably some items up outside that I missed.
I didn't have to... A roll of old... I thought of all those firm buttocks of the young ladies. The
What?
flabby flesh of the old men. That wasn't a pleasing image, so I went back to the young ladies.
Wait, why were we talking about?
Whoa!
What just fucking
A
happened?
row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies, that... Whoa! I didn't have to.
That's what I thought he said. Fuck. The firm buttocks of the young ladies sitting in the pews. What the hell's going on with this writer? I think he might have been French himself. Alright. I guess we gotta fuck with this guy. Unless let's go somewhere else. This does not go somewhere else. The game doesn't even remember which way you're going through. Manhole cover? Fuck the clown in the family. I don't even want to bother with them.
I couldn't open it.
Of course you can't open with your bare hands. You have one of these.
Hey! Hey, you! What do you think you're doing?
Shit.
Leave that cover alone.
He's doing his
Sorry,
job.
no,
Son of a
you
bitch.
stay away from that.
He'll never catch it in time.
You with the balls.
Oui?
How did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is this juggler?
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No! I am a jongleur.
A jongler? What's that?
Mon Dieu! A jongleur is an artist, a master of the contragravitique aeroballetic mysteries. In centuries past, the courts of the crowned heads of Europe
Starting to fall
had
asleep
their
here.
jongleurs, witty, erudite men to whom the monarchs turned in their hours of need.
Wait a minute, wait. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders, plague ravages the land, and the peasants are revolting. Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler to throw his balls around. I don't think so.
To throw his balls around, he says.
That juggling doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, it does not, does it? Perhaps you feel you could do better.
I'll give it a try.
Be my guest.
Nice. Is this a minigame? That'd be cool.
I had no idea what I was... But this guy was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be?
Really?
A lot
You're
more
an
difficult
idiot.
than I thought. That's how difficult.
I think the family got angry about that. They all raised their
Still,
fists.
it was my big chance to be derided by complete strangers.
Not so easy after all.
No, I guess not. Hi again.
Oui?
Look, a red nose.
Ah, you are a clown.
A clown?
No. If so, you would be a much better jongleur.
For a moment, an idea capered around near the spotlight of my attention, but fell down the pothole of abstraction before I could focus on it.
Okay.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers? Ah, their last Grand Master, Jacques Dumoulin, was burnt on an island in the Seine in 1314.
He's a very knowledgeable
Wow.
juggler.
You're pretty well educated for a
Exactly.
juggler.
What the fuck?
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over
Again,
there.
second guy to be like, it's on the board. Just read the goddamn board.
Have you seen this man before?
No.
Hmm.
Does this matchbook mean anything?
You smoke.
No, I don't.
In that case, it means nothing to me.
Does this plaster...
Well,
Forget it. Forget that I asked.
Well, what was he gonna say? He got really interested by that
It didn't
plaster.
seem right to fry somebody's palm when they make their living with their hand.
Alright, alright.
Catch you later.
au revoir.
Let's see if I can throw the nose, since it's another red ball, into the mix.
Hi again.
Nope, you can't. I was hoping to fuck his
Oui.
shit up.
Look,
Ah, no.
for a moment, but felt...
I guess there's more things I can do.
Does this...
A red nose and now grease paint.
Hmm,
You are
interesting.
sure you are not a clown?
Well, I was distracted by the idea again. Caper, caper, caper. Plummet. No. Gone again.
Distracted by the idea. What is he trying to say? It's really interesting that he said it in that order. Because I went for the red ball first and then the grease paint, and he said it in that order. I wonder if I did it the other way around. What have you picked up on that? That was random as fuck.
This gadget...
I do not want...
Oh, I'm not...
It is...
Does this lab pack...
You work it...
No.
You steal?
No. What do you think of...
It is a...
Feast your eyes on this.
Incroyable! Is it real?
I think so.
Some people believe that great gems always have curses upon
Thanks.
them.
Thanks.
Oh, that's garbage.
Seriously.
Although-
I want to think about that.
Now that I think
No,
about
don't
it,
think about it.
both of the people who had this before me disappeared in mysterious circumstances. And the guy who was supposed to get this was shot and then murdered in his hospital bed. Do you want it?
No, thank you.
He really wants to get rid of it now.
I've got a medieval...
And my Uncle Claude has hemorrhoids.
Did not
Catch you
ask.
later.
But
Au
alright.
revoir, monsieur.
What about this
I had
family?
no desire to talk.
No? Can I do something to that crowd? Buzz them? Talk to them about the clown, maybe?
Hello again.
Hello?
Nope.
Does this red nose...
Ah?
Do I look...
No. Although you juggle like one. Now, if I'd known you were a clown, it would have been amusing. And not a humiliation for you.
What do you mean?
Whoever heard of a plainclothes clown?
He's not wrong.
He had a point. So you're saying that if I juggle badly with a red nose, I'd be the king of comedy. But if I juggle badly without it...
You look like a pathetic loon. Oui, monsieur. You have it.
So I have to put the red nose on before
What do you
juggling?
make of this Greek...
Delightful. Would you like to see some of my used tissues?
Hell no.
Then please put yours away.
I like this guy.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur.
Alright, so can I just like use it?
The nose was hollow. It was a bright red...
Use it on myself? I can't use it on myself. I feel like that's what he wants me to do. So if I poorly juggle with a red nose, it'll be funnier.
Hi again.
Oui?
Well, the option to do it is still there.
I'd like to have another try at juggling.
You have gone on a crash
Oh, he's gonna put the nose
course,
on, I
perhaps.
guess.
No. I just had an insight into presentation.
Huh?
There we go.
Allow me to demonstrate. The
Well,
balls,
a lot of
please.
puzzles can be solved
If
with
you
specific
insist on
dialogues.
completing your humiliation, monsieur.
Pretty sure the pony did it, but it felt clunky.
Okay, now for my secret weapon.
Okay, just because I had a fucking
The
red nose
juggler
on.
was speechless with rage. You could have mistaken him for a mime. And without a word, he collected his balls and left in a fury.
And left me with the ball too.
Hey! You forgot one of your balls! Hey! But he didn't hear. Better still, deprived of his entertainment, the gendarme decided maybe he ought to do some policing for a change.
Nice. Get the fuck out of here. And now, how about this family? They're just gonna watch me break into a sewer. I can give them a nice red ball. No? We're just gonna ignore the fucking family there. Alright, cool. It's fine by me. We got a ball now. I never got to read the board in the back. Has all
In
that useful
French,
information.
English, and German, it read, in 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the Knightly Order of the Templars and
1312,
excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine.
Alright. And we're in the sewer.
If I wanted to get deeper into these, if the near edge hadn't crumbled away, I could have jumped it easily.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. A lot of cool shit here that we can touch.
The wall had flaked, and anything once written on it had long since gone.
What about this one?
The inscription was hard to read, but I made out Templier.
Templars.
And something about innocence.
I like that he did the accent for it.
My medieval French isn't much, but the few words I understood seemed to say, this is where the gallows used to stand. Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, so that goes somewhere else, but there's also this. I feel like this is going to help us get to the other side somehow. No, no, it's just gonna drop the chain. That's it. This is pretty useless. I thought maybe you can turn it first.
The hook lay in a bed of chain.
Yeah, that was useless as fuck. We're supposed to put something on the hook. Doesn't seem like an attracted hook though. Interesting. Can't even interact with the pile either. Alright, let's fucking unravel it. Let's be juvenile about this. Make a mess and then get out of here. Oh, I can look at the pile. Okay. We can look at the pile. I have to put something clever in the pile. Bait? Nah, okay, we'll go forward. We'll be back. I'm sure we'll be back. What is this? A hanged man, I see. And what do we have here? A skull? Put your fingers in it. You love putting your fingers in stuff.
I pushed against the door, but it seemed to be locked.
Well, no shit. Anything else insightful?
The door was a handsome piece of work. There.
What?
The door was locked. The door.
What did you say there for?
The door. Rats. It's locked.
Yeah, we don't have anything for that. We don't have keys, that's for sure. Maybe we can pull the door off, the chain. Is he gonna grab it now?
The hook lay. The hook lay.
Yeah, and what of it, Chi? Grease up that hook. Plaster the hook? Can I put plaster on the wall? Get some of that hidden information out? No. Doesn't seem there's anything else to interact with here. Have to be putting something on that hook.
If I wanted to get deeper into these catacombs, if the near edge hadn't crumbled away.
There's gotta be something we can do. Surprised you can't touch these and drive the boat down. Can't hook it here. God damn it. Can't remember if there was anything else up the ladder. There's definitely a few things we can do now. There's the church. We need to do something there. And then there's the sewers. And we can also just get the fuck out of here if we're really bored. I doubt there's any extra items we're missing. Anywhere else, right? Right? Alright.
I had no desire.
I had no desire to
There
talk
was
to the crowd.
It's a weird. Put them in their vacation. They look like more.
They look like morons. Really disgusted by them. Okay. A hook. Nothing on the ground that we can do yet. A bunch of weird walls. Alright. Trying to think. Maybe we can get that fish that knocked us out at the museum. Maybe it's still there.
The hook lay in a.
And what do we need to fucking hook the hook with? Nope. Can you tell me, what can you tell me about this ball?
It was the bright red ball I'd got from the juggler.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It was the shake and shock buzzer I'd been given by the man in the costume.
Can we shock some fish? No? You know what? I'm actually gonna check the museum. I'm thinking hook, fish, water. Makes no sense because I don't know how it's gonna solve a puzzle, but let's see what the update is now that it's been stolen. Okay, the fish is not on the ground.
Pardon me.
Actually, I have it on me. I just remembered. Oops.
Do you recognize this tripod?
It is vaguely familiar.
I should think it is.
Very similar to the one which we used to have here at the museum. In fact,
That's what I thought.
but this is obviously a poor copy.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
What does this ball mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur.
Do you know anything about the...
No, sir.
The sign on the tripod?
It does?
Yeah. It doesn't mention John D.
Oh, that's
at
fucking
all.
hilarious.
Most remiss.
You don't
Like-
know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a... I owe what little... It
That's
was...
really interesting.
Why don't you
It's
start over?
like mostly
Oh,
the
do
same
you?
dialogue, but that one piece, my guy came back with
Thanks.
and said that John D's name wasn't on the tripod. That's really interesting. So they slip in extra snippets of dialogue into already pre-made dialogue, just in case if you did something or not. That's really cool.
The glass case was intact, but the tripod had been replaced.
Can we still push this for no random reason? So weird. I want that fish though. How come the fish doesn't come up now? What is this shit? Alright, well, there's nothing really you need to get from here.
Hi, Andre.
Hello. Hey, I visited Nicole's apartment.
Yeah, she told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
We're talking about the
I
artifact,
hope
right?
you're referring to the manuscript.
Oui, of course.
Why am I showing him? Okay, good. He doesn't want to show him the thing that we found.
What does this ball mean?
It's a juggling ball.
He loves juggling. Alright,
Thanks
whatever.
for your help, Andre.
You're well.
That was useless. Yeah, we're not gonna get anything else. Whatever we need is definitely at that place. Yeah, we don't need the inspector's help. We don't need... Oh! We go right into Nico's apartment.
Hello, George.
I was expecting him to like have me outside of it.
I'd better get back.
And the last place is the cafe where it all started. The store ever gonna open? Oh, the door goes to here. No shit. And then there's another sewer. We can still go through the sewers. Interesting. It'd be cool if I somehow accidentally ended up on the other side of those other sewers. Alright, so this is all very fucking useless to me. I love it. Can I just sneak in there? No, you can't. It's completely boarded up. And we're done. Alright. Unless there's someone I can call? Might give me some extra info? No, sir. We are a loner. We have no friends. Alright. So whatever it is, it's here. And I guess we can figure it out tomorrow. Yay. Alright. Day 2. Where we left off, we had both the sewer and the cathedral to go through. Missing some vital items for the cathedral. Gonna double check everything in the sewer. Oh yeah. The hook. What if I can just use the hook instead of look at it? Don't look at the hook. Grab the hook.
The wall
Smash
had
things
flamed,
with hook.
and anything once written on it had long since gone. The wall seemed in very poor condition. The inscription was undecipherable. The plaster had cracked and was falling away. I wondered why. There were 3 arches, each with an inscription. There were 3 arches. There were 3 arches.
I just does the same thing on all of them.
There were 3.
Good old.
It was time for some brutal
Oh, there we go.
destruction.
Yeah, what was it called? The sewer pokey
Hey,
thing?
That's hollow.
Just
I
like your
poked
brain.
a hole in an historical site. If any archaeologists came by, they'd lynch me for this. There was some sort of mechanism hidden inside the wall, with a lever in the middle of it.
What was this called?
It was a metal rod with a
Metal rod,
handle at
that's
one
it.
end and a short cross piece at the other.
Don't have a specific sewer pulley name for it. Does it work on all of them?
Nothing hollow there.
Figured the symbol here was too high to do it on.
That sounded pretty solid.
Oh no, yeah. We happened to get the right one on the first try. Nice.
Here goes. The secret door had jammed. I couldn't get through that gap.
Let's make another hole. What the fuck?
Inside the hole, I could see one of the cogs had come loose and jammed the mechanism solid. I'd pulled the lever right over. I'd pulled the...
Unjam it some more. Do more smashy smashy.
Inside the hole...
Can't use the hook, eh? Oh, now I can. He just does it automatically, eh? That's interesting. I thought I had to like click on it and then select something else. Did he even mention using this? Weird. Huh? They just changed the symbol for this specific event. Hello, big scary cave.
The door mechanism was trashed. It would take a blacksmith or an engineer to do anything with that.
Let's say big ominous cave.
Boy, had I ever made a mess of that door.
That's what she said. No? Alright. Then we go look at that other hole that looks like a vagina.
In the beginning was the end. An end wrought by our enemies began our darkness. In the end will be a beginning. An end to our enemies heralds our new day.
Report. The military establishments are in flux. The end of the Cold War has left them with no clear goal and as obvious targets for budgetary cuts. We have successfully promoted a sense of betrayal in the upper echelons. They feel that the politicians have cast them adrift. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Good. Mademoiselle?
No.
Governments are giving the corporations more respect than their own citizens. A groundswell of dissatisfaction and dissidence is growing. The corporations are becoming too large and complex for their own executives to control them. A blind belief in market forces is accelerating this trend the world over. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
The global
Everyone loves saying now
belief
in a weird
those
way.
that govern it has never been lower. We have inculcated a sense of immediacy and action over forethought and planning in all the major governments. They are acting on hasty decisions that cannot be completed or revoked without appearing foolish. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Excellent. The tired old governments are dying a slow death from their own incompetence and our machinations. Professor, where is the broken sword?
As we discussed last time, with the loss
Motherfucker.
of the manuscript,
Just realized that guy's
is
there.
as a corollary hindered.
And as discussed last time, you have been furnished with a dramatically increased budget. What have you been doing with our money, Professor?
We are working on the principle that the Templars, that is to say, our predecessors,
Hold on. These are the Templars?
must have left a trail when they were hiding the clues to the sword of Baphomet's location. I have a small army of historians and archaeologists ferreting out that trail.
I trust these historians and archaeologists are more trustworthy than your friend Pegram.
Pegram was loyal. He tried to protect the Lochmarn gem when the Hashashin came near.
and failed. And don't call that Syrian maniac the Hashashin. He's an assassin. Plain and simple.
That's not what he believes. He actually thinks.
Silence!
Silence.
Do I have to remind you that we have a sacred duty? A trust? When Philippe attempted to destroy the Order, we lost the sword and our power with it. Now we have the opportunity to reforge it. But time is short. We need results. Not petty bickering. Not excuses. Now, Professor Baphomet.
Yes, of course. My apologies. We will find Baphomet and the sword, manuscript or no. We have already found another element actually within Paris.
Excellent. What is it?
Well, we're not exactly sure at present.
Ha!
But I have my best people working on it. You would do well not to criticize others, Eklund. At least I have not murdered one of our own.
Of course. That guy was the bogus doctor in the hospital.
Marquet was a liability. Eklund dealt with him on my orders.
I beg your pardon, Grandmaster. I did not mean to.
Have you any good news for us, Professor?
We already know 3 of the elements. We know that Klausner had obtained the lens before he vanished.
Where was he?
Syria. We know that he arrived, but after that, nothing.
The assassin.
I fear so. It's a shame. Klausner was a good operative.
This will be our last meeting in person until we locate the sword of Baphomet. I hope that I don't need to emphasize the importance of finding it. Without it, our endeavors come to nothing. With the sword reforged, we will have the power to sweep the stage of all opposition. The next time that we meet, it will be to become the princess of this world!
Wow.
And gotta be honest, didn't expect such a huge, such a deep exposition so early in the stream. I'm too stoned for that much story. Ah, damn, that was a lot of info. Fool and idiot juggler, The Grandmaster claimed to be a Knights Templar. I really don't trust him at all. They're just a bunch of megalomaniacs planning a new world order. Okay, here we go. Gate crash, meeting of influencer leaders from the military, business, government, and academia. Recognized an academic. He was hanging around the Hotel Ubu. Must have been staking out Khan. The big boss, a guy they called the Grandmaster, mentioned the broken sword. Did Marquis say something about fixing the sword? Marquis, sorry. Sword of Baphomet. They talked about Klausner, who has some lens that's important, but he's vanished in Syria. They think the assassin may have gone too. Alright. So we're back in. I actually want to change the audio of the people talking. And sometimes be excruciatingly loud. And I can turn it up on my end. Oop. Alright, back in the game. Away from the vagina hole. There we go. Alright, let's look. Let's do the looky look. Ooh. We got stuff to put down.
In the middle of the circle was a stump of stone, a shaft of daylight from the world above, lancing down to touch it.
Why'd you have to use words like stump, shaft, and touch it? I don't have any more cylinders.
I couldn't do that.
I think she has the other cylinders that I might need. Unless the tripod just fits right on there perfectly. Yeah.
The
There's like
tripod's
3 stands.
feet fitted neatly into the notches on the top of the stump.
No shit.
There was a large circle marked out on the floor with
What
a
do the words
stump
say?
in the middle. Around the circle, I could see words inlaid into the stone. On the circle's circumference were the Templar seal and two Latin phrases. Non omnis moriar.
What do they mean?
And clarior e tenebris. I shall not die completely, the brighter from the darkness.
Shall not die completely, the brighter from the darkness. That's interesting. Slap it in, baby.
The light falling from above struck the gem and
M
scattered in 5 neat rays.
R-I
And each ray picked out a letter. Starting from the left, I could read M-A-R-I-B. Marib. Now all I had to do was figure out what the heck that meant.
Back in Nico's apartment. That was
Nico,
quick.
I've seen them.
Who?
The Templars. I spied on their meeting in the catacombs.
And you saw the Knights Templar?
I saw a bunch of guys masquerading as Templars. They're after something called the Sword of Baphomet. The bogus doctor was there. The guy who killed Marquet. The manuscript is the key, just as we thought.
Neither of us are
it shows the
historians,
way to the broken sword, whatever that is.
And how does
Did you look at the camera
assassin
for a
fit
second
into all this?
when he said that?
He's out to stop them. These Neo-Templars, they're men and women in influential positions. Don't you see? Plantar was one of them. The assassin killed him for the manuscript, to stop them finding the sword.
But now we have got the manuscript.
Yes.
So, how do they hope to find the sword?
I don't know. They said something about a lens and a guy called Klausner who's gone to Syria, but they didn't seem to realize the significance of the very site of their meeting.
I didn't even get to look at the link.
After they'd gone,
Where they
I
left.
discovered a stone pedestal and a carved inscription. I set up the gem on the tripod, directly below a beam of light. The gem split the beam and lit the letters M-A-R-I-B.
Marib is a village in Syria. You're not thinking of going there yourself, are you?
Why not?
These guys are crazy and dangerous. That reminds me, you should leave the gem here.
Okay, what about the tripod?
I'll send it back to Andre, anonymously.
We're just gonna talk about random shit again?
Maybe not.
I guess not, no. Do it. Shake her hand.
Hey, Nico, shake hands with me.
No chance, Buster.
God damn it, she's on to me. She just really does not like me.
Do you want this photograph back?
No, you keep it.
Jeez. How about this?
That...
Why isn't that a good idea? No?
This is the tool I use to get...
I need to impress her.
You
I love
showed
it.
me before.
I love the man's gotta impress her with his shaft. Every time.
No. Did I show you this match?
Did I tell you where it's from?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She really does not care.
I showed you the red nose, didn't I?
Yes, you...
Even talking about the fucking electrician
Do you
card.
think I should go to Marib?
Syria is a long way, Georges.
And why are you so invested? It's like, a guy blew up a cafe beside you, now you're going to fucking Syria? Holy shit. What was George's real fucking need to go this deep into it? Was he just a random bystander who needed justice? I think he said he studied law? Latin and law? I'm not sure. What else beyond him? I need a background story for George to understand his need to be this involved. Oh, there we go. We're going fucking Syria. Sweet. Let me see. Do I have a close to Syrian outfit? That may be close. No? Maybe not the hood so much.